Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave? Got it?
Yep.
Babe. Hang on.
We need
Do
some
up.
barrels.
Yeah, okay.
One,
Yeah.
two, one, two, three.
Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave? Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave? Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave? Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave?
What's up, everybody? It's
got it.
Greg
Cool.
from Sleep Rock Nashville. I'm joined by Sweet Fever today. We have Derek, Nolan, Jake, and Nick. We're just going to talk a little bit about their EP coming up and their release show that they've got planned at the Analog. So let's start out with introductions. We've already been through everybody's name. Tell us a little bit about how you guys came up with the name Sweet Fever and like kind of just a little history of the band a little bit.
Yeah, Sweet Fever came about during a writing session while, we were just spitballing some lines, and for some reason we started singing about Sweet Fever, and we were just like, whoa, that would really fit with what the sound that we're trying to go for.
Mm-hmm. Very
and
cool.
Just kind of stuck.
That's awesome. So how long has this particular group been together?
This lineup has been together about a year, give or take.
Very cool. And how did you guys meet?
Yeah, so Jake and I actually worked together a few years ago, and through Jake, I met Nick and Nolan, and they had been in a band previously together. And
I knew Jake through school, so all coming together in the mix,
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
What is your perception of the rock scene in Nashville right now? Just thoughts. I mean, it's growing exponentially as we speak. What do you guys think about that?
You want to take it, or?
I think it's good, and I think that people see Nashville as being this country music town, but country music in Nashville is like Disney World in Florida.
Yeah.
It's like this thing that people associate, it brings the tourists in, but really the most exciting things happening in music in Nashville are in the rock scene. And so that is definitely still underground, still playing at the dive bars, every once in a while, getting big in the bigger rooms in town like Exit In, but the rock scene is what is getting people stoked, if you will, in Nashville.
Very cool.
So, and thankfully, there are a lot of great bands. It would be pretty lame if there were only a couple good bands, but there are a lot of good bands. So.
Who are some of you guys' favorites here in Nashville that you guys have worked with?
Man, there's a lot. I like Jackson Bruck and the Dukes of Hume. I recently went to see him. What do you guys got?
There's a Belmont band called Our Brother George. They're pretty groovy. And of course I love Garden of Eden, our boy Scotty. Great group.
Very cool. You guys are personally one of my favorites to go and watch. I've seen a couple of your shows. You guys put on a great show. Your harmonies are incredible. How long has that been a core part of your music? Because it's very...
yeah, I think really since we started jamming together, it's when it started out just the bare bones of an acoustic guitar and voices, we were trying to make as much noise as possible, and it just really came naturally where we all wanted to sing, and it just kind of flowed out of us. So I would say since the beginning.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I don't like to put people in boxes, but if you were to describe your music to somebody, what would you tell them?
That is a good question. We don't like to put ourselves in boxes either.
Right.
What I say to people about this EP is that it's just fun rock and roll. I try to leave it as open as possible for them to make their own, have their own connection with it. But just fun rock and roll. And going forward, we write all the time, and we've got lots of variety sort of stocked up. So we're working on expanding that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who are some of you guys' direct influences in your sound, and where do you when did you develop that, and kind of each individual style?
You want to go down the line?
Yeah, sure. I think we all kind of grew up listening to a similar style, and we have a very similar taste in music. But me personally, I love Bob Seger's voice, and so I have really dug into his style of singing.
Yeah, so many influences between us all, but I've recently loved Bruce Springsteen. I love his poetry and the depth of his music and like that soul power sound of the E Street Band. So many more, but that's my number one right now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'd say my number one is probably the Eagles. I think the songwriting is just incredible, and the harmonies are super inspiring because, you know, we definitely want to be able to sing harmonies like the Eagles. So the more I listen to them, the harder I want to work. So.
Personally, I would say well done. A little bit.
Thank you, Greg.
It's very cool. Nick, what about you as a drummer?
Favorite drummer, Stuart Copeland from the Police, without doubt.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very good choices. So moving on to the EP, do you guys have a name yet, or have you guys thought of one, or is it going to be self-titled?
Yeah, so the EP is called Heat Wave, and I'll let Jake explain kind of where he got the idea for that from.
Yeah, so our lead single is called Ride the Wave. So I was trying to think of other things that could go along that level, and I thought of the phrase heat wave because ultimately we wanted to, you know, come out of the gate swinging and hit them like a heat wave, dude. Like that was really where it came from, you know? It's just like, that's it, full speed ahead, you know? So yeah.
Our wave of rock.
When is that going to be available, and like what platforms are you guys putting it on? Do you have YouTube, Spotify, all of that stuff?
Yeah, it'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, YouTube, March 16th. We have we're kind of doing a release party at the Analog with some other of our favorite local bands called True Villains and Daylight Centers. It's going to be a really good time, and March 16th.
Very cool. That's going to be at the Analog, sponsored by Eat Sleep Rock Nashville.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to that venue before? It's awesome. It's like a fancy hotel, and it's really great. I'm excited to see you guys there.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we're really excited to be there.
Absolutely. Digging a little deeper, where did you guys get this recorded, and who produced it? And kind of give us some of the gritty details about what went into making this EP.
Yeah, so we browsed a bunch of studios around Nashville. We heard a lot of good things about the Bomb Shelter. That's where Alabama Shakes recorded one of their earliest, I don't know if it was an EP or full length, but
It's full length.
yeah, a couple big names have been in there, and even some friends of ours. Ben, we forgot to mention, was Forest Fire Gospel Choir. Really like those guys, but they recommended the studio to us. They recommended a producer to us, Mitch Furr, and he did an excellent job, really. We invited him to a couple band practices, and he was able to just listen to what we sound like in a room without any, processing, and then just give it that extra nudge, to make the recording come across. And we had a lot of fun getting the basic tracks, but then, sprinkling some extra details in there, like some delayed guitars or using instruments that I would have never expected,
He knew how to push us the extra mile too.
Yeah.
He knew what we was capable of, and really wanted to draw that out of us.
And engineered by Drew Carroll. He's the house engineer at Bomb Shelter.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So you guys tracked individually, or you did like a just all live at once?
Yeah, we tracked it live, and then we overdubbed guitars and harmonies.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that sound. It's definitely trending in music right now that people are doing that. And I just think
Absolutely.
it's so much cooler. It's so much more natural
Yeah.
than like tracking each one at a time and going back and doing it a million times.
Right.
Totally.
That also makes for like 8, 10, 12-hour sessions.
Yeah,
in the studio.
exactly. Save a lot of time.
Yeah. So you guys have kind of been around Eat Sleep Rock Nashville since the beginning of it all. You're one of the first bands that we're working with. You guys were already part of our group, like before all of this started. So we just want to say thank you guys for supporting us and being around and doing that. And after that, is there anything you'd like to say to the fans or anybody out there or anything like that?
Yeah, thank you, Eat Sleep Rock Nashville. Y'all rock. Thanks, Corner Music, for letting us be here this morning for the interview. And, we wouldn't be here without our fans and our family. We've had a lot of support, and we're just so grateful for it all. And we hope to see you March 16th at the Analog.
Well, there you have it, guys. I'm Greg with Eat Sleep Rock Nashville, sitting here with Sweet Fever at Corner Music. Look forward to their EP releasing on March 16th, and come to the EP release party at the Analog at Hutton Hotel on March 16th. Peace.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you guys so much for
Dude,
coming.
thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
that was fantastic.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate it,
guys.
Thanks
man.
a lot, dude.
Yeah.
You rock, dude.
Thank you. I hope I did.
Baby, don't you want to ride the wave?
Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave? Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave? Baby, don't you wanna ride the wave? I think we got it. Cool.
Great, guys.